but paying too much upfront can eat into your returns for years. I've seen investors fall into this trap because they didn't do their homework or they got pressured into a quick decision. Borrowing too much can leave you stretched, especially if interest rates rise or rents don't cover your mortgage. The Bank of England's been tweaking rates lately, and that's a reminder to keep things manageable. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something every UK property investors need to think about: common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Investing in property can be rewarding, but it's not without its challenges. Over the years, I've seen what trips people up, and I've learned a few lessons myself along the way. So in this video, I'll walk you through 5 pitfalls I've come across, and I'll share practical, no-nonsense advice on how to steer clear of them. If you find this helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe for more. Let's get started. The first pitfall is overpaying for a property. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a deal, especially if it's in hot areas like Liverpool or Manchester, but paying too much upfront can eat into your returns for years. I've seen investors fall into this trap because they didn't do their homework or they got pressured into a quick decision. Here's how we avoid it. Always run the numbers. Look at comparable sales in the area. What have similar properties sold in the last 6 months? Websites like Rightmove or Zoopla can give you a solid starting point. Then, factor in your costs: stamp duty, renovations, legal fees. If the numbers don't stack up, walk away. It's that simple. And don't be afraid to negotiate. Most sellers expect it. Next up, underestimating renovation costs. This one is a classic. You buy a renovation project thinking it'll just need a lick of paint. Then you find damp, dodgy wiring, or a roof that's at the end of its life cycle. Suddenly, your budget's blown. The way to avoid this is straightforward. Get a proper survey before you buy. A home buyer report or a full structural survey may cost you between £500 to £1,000, but it's money well spent. Take a builder or tradesperson with you to view the property if you can. They will spot things you might miss. And always build in a contingency, 10% to 15% of your renovation budget. Things go wrong, and that cushion keeps you calm when they do. Trust me, I've been there. Planning ahead saves headaches. Pitfall number 3 is ignoring tenant demand. You might find a great deal on a property, but if no one wants to rent it, you're stuck. I've seen this happen in smaller towns or areas without good tenant demand. A bargain isn't a bargain if it sits empty. To avoid this, research the rental market before you commit. Check rental listings on Spareroom or Rightmove. What's in demand? Are tenants looking for one beds or family homes or HMOs? Look for local job opportunities, schools and transport, say proximity to a train station or a major road like the M1. For example, cities like Leeds have strong student demand, so student-lets can work well there. Match your property to the people who will live in it, and you'll keep voids low. It's about thinking long-term, not just chasing a cheap buy. The 4th pitfall is skipping legal checks. In the UK, property law can be tricky, and cutting corners here can cost you. I've heard of investors buying properties with unresolved planning issues or leasehold problems, like a short lease that's expensive to extend. Here's how we dodge this one. Use a good solicitor. Yes, it's tempting to go for the cheapest option, but spending a bit more on someone experienced is worth it. They'll check the title deed, planning, permissions, and all the covenants. If it's a leasehold, ask about ground rent and service charges. Some have clauses that double every few years, and that's a nasty surprise. Also, double check flood risk on the Environment Agency website. There are common areas that have had issues. It takes time, but it's better than finding out later you've bought a problem. Finally, pitfall 5, over-leveraging. Borrowing too much can leave you stretched, especially if interest rates rise or rents don't cover your mortgage. The Bank of England's been tweaking rates lately, and that's a reminder to keep things manageable. The trick here is to stress test your finances. Work out your monthly costs, mortgage, insurance, maintenance, and see if you can handle them if rates go up by, say, 2%, or if the property is empty for a couple of months. Stick to a loan-to ratio you're comfortable with. 75% or less is a safe bet for most. Build a cash reserve first. It gives you breathing room. Slow and steady wins this race. So there you have it. 5 common pitfalls in UK property investment and how we avoid them. They're all manageable with a bit of planning and patience. Property's a long game, and avoiding these traps keeps you in it for the win. What do you think? Have you come across any of these yourself? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this useful, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical tips. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!